Hello everyone and welcome to ZSR3 for the MMR Weekly. Today we have Mystery Settings, which is the current MMR tournament, so if you like what you see you should definitely check out the rest of the bracket races. On stream today we've got Datlossit vs Bucky, I'm Pulse, your restreamer, we have Warn Traveller tracking, and now I'm going to hand over to Naki and Captain MD on comms. Enjoy the race everyone.
Thank you so much, Pulsar. Folks, it is great to be here. Naki, how you doing today?
You know, I have a randomizer in front of me, and that makes for a pretty good day. How about you, Captain?
You know, I can't argue with that, especially since we've got a couple runners here doing mystery settings, and I gotta tell you, mystery has been nothing but a roller coaster ride since the tournament started, and even before then.
Oh, absolutely. Just this week with the mystery tournament, we've seen some really fun settings that really changes the game. Like, I was reflecting afterwards, and I thought, man, like, when we got into those dungeons, it just the way they were randomized, it just felt like a whole different game. So anyway, mystery settings make for a really wild time, but a really fun time.
Indeed. Now, some housekeeping to go with what we have for settings so far. Stray Fairies are not shuffled, it doesn't look like. Clocktown Stray Fairy at least wasn't shuffled. We have Sparkles of some kind, so either any combo of hit checks or rupee shuffle. Link does have a sword and a shield. Looks like we don't start with anything else, though.
Yeah. South Clocktown looking pretty. No main items. We have a blue rupee on the clock HP and a small chest. So we'll see if runners go for that, because it's nice to earn up some rupees in your opener, but depends on what openers we see today too. I think I've seen North from both, but Mystery of course changes your openers a lot too, where you're checking West Clocktown pretty quick. See if you got shuffles on the lottery or your prices. So looks like we're jumping in.
Yep, looks like Bucky took off a little earlier, but is waiting a few seconds and adjusting accordingly.
Excellent.
Perfect. But yeah, that 5 rupee, I mean, a blue rupee that early, though, is a little concerning, because that means something else is shuffled, probably, because usually there's only one of those in a standard pool.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like we have an opponent start, so we will want to mark that, too. That can be pretty quick to catch when we open the start menu. And crates are on. That was a 3D sprite on the laundry pool crate right there.
It sure was. Looks like Keaton Grass is okay, though, is not shuffled, and I think that was a bow on the tree. Indeed it is. All right, early projectiles.
Bow. Wow.
All right, we've got a gilded chest here on Straw Roof, and it is the Moon's tier.
You just turned that in at this point.
Because why not?
That reminds me of a seed I had where it started you off with Postman's Hat and a Moon's tier. Okay, just a recovery heart, but that implies that could be. I might be jumping the gun, but that might mean Pirate's Fortress Interior.
Maybe.
Oh, what do we buy off Tinkle here?
A red rupee for 5 rupees. It looks like Price Shuffle is not on.
Yeah, for the shop's side, it looks good.
And it looks like the shop items aren't changed either, so it looks like no shop changes this time around.
I don't know about runners, but I'm kind of happy to see it.
Yeah. Yep, completely normal shops today.
Yeah, with that early bow, we're going to see Bucky doing bombers and maybe routing in some stuff in East Clocktown.
Alright, bomb shop, bomb bag is a red rupee. The fact that we're seeing a couple of green rupees already, yeah, something big is definitely enabled. And hit checks is one of them.
Yeah, okay. Hit checks, crates and barrels. Looks like there's something gilded in the bomber sewer.
Oh, we got another. Oh, yeah, that's a hit check. That's right.
Yeah. So confirmed. All right, Scarecrow pot's looking fine.
No complaints to that.
No recoil jumps on Stone Tower.
All right, Observatory is another red rupee. We're not going to say no, but we're not getting... Okay, never mind. Swordsman making me eat my words immediately.
And thankfully we're already in West Clocktown, so we can just deposit that and we're good to go collect some more.
Indeed. It looked like Overworld Reds were not shuffled. As the rupees in the tree looked standard.
Yeah, lottery's off. That's a purple rupee.
All right, first hint of the day. What do we got?
Oh.
Pamela's father is the All Knight's Mask.
Now that's ambiguous. Until we know about Stop On In. Now, we might have a hint for that, but sheesh. Okay, that is quite the hint.
Good start, folks. Good start.
Wow.
All right, Clocktown Stray Fairy yields a red rupee for human.
Bucky probably gonna explore the crate here.
Yep, get the rip off, because this is normally a blue rupee.
Yeah. Okay, well, Dungeon Greens and Blues. I believe that's Dungeon Greens and Blues in the Deku game, right?
Right.
Yeah, those are looking pretty vanilla.
Easiest way to check rupees is actually probably Swamp Spider House, because if you just hop across the bases, there's reds, blues, and there's a red, blue, and a few greens.
Oh, that's right.
All right, let's see how things are out in Termina Field. Our first sweep of the area. Nothing of note in that chest, but looks like Bucky's going to grab it anyway, just for a few extra resources.
Yeah, I can't complain about hearts and rupees at this point, unless it's green.
Yeah.
Then you can complain.
I'm assuming all the green rupees we're seeing is likely due to hit checks being enabled for now.
Yeah, I think that's that sounds right.
And it looks like Stumpy was standard, or a non-gold gilded chest. Looks like Overworld Greens are untouched. And yeah, Dat's checking all the hit checks, and so far nothing of note, just a lot of rupees.
And George remains. We have remains shuffle.
Oh, okay, folks. All bets are off.
Okay.
All right, and I did see that Branch Sisters was dead as well.
And the Zora mask on the Imp Child's drawing by the tree by Southern Swamp. Oh boy, what a seed so far. Just had that, you know, looking pretty tame. Well, so one thing that I'm cautious about with boss remains, obviously they can be anywhere, but it's still nice to see a dungeon here and there with these settings on. We were graced with that earlier this week, but not sure how it's looking for this seed.
Yeah, definitely going to have to keep an eye on this one. I did note in the Ranch Sisters, we got a Ranch Sisters hint that said it was a unrequired bomb bag, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's a foolish bomb bag. It more likely means another bomb bag is much more easily available in Logic. Great Bay Temple Foolish.
Wow. Okay, so we're not using that early Zora mask for Great Bay Temple.
Doesn't look like it. With an opponent start, though, the world is pretty open. We can already go to Pirate's Fortress. Dempe is dead. Oh, Milk Road Tingle being a total ripoff today. Since when?
Not even stonks. That's true. We are spared from one ward, so there is that.
Alright, so Bucky confirming that the Gorman brothers aren't randomized, and we're going to get a Pona for a Gorman race. Just get that out of the way nice and early. And yeah, as Fox points out in chat, because it is boss remain shuffle, we are guaranteed a 4th way of the hero. And a 5th one will show up if we have Song Sanity or Big Key Shuffle.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of big keysy but small keys in dungeons. That I think that's been a lot of fun to see compared to our usual keysy.
Alright, looks like that's just being showered with silver rupees.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing. That basically leaves Bank 1 already available. I don't know if that's already been checked, but it's generally a good practice to try and get your bank checks done as early as you can.
Yeah, especially if you have the wallet for it. It's a Sphere 0 check that you can just do that research, see if West Clocktown brings you anything.
All right, Bucky slaughtering the Gorman Bros. And is received a blue rupee. What a ripoff.
You think with all the horse riding lessons that they offer, that they would have had a bigger reward for Bucky, but not this scene.
They spent too much on megaphone so they can amplify their Wah!
Those are quite prominent.
Alright, Bucky's going to check the clock tower hit spots. And it's got a Camaro mask. Well timed.
Wow.
And the other 2 drops were a green rupee and some arrows. Although, seeing the arrow pickups, that concerns me a little bit. I wonder if soils are shuffled.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I know there are like some arrow, but there are some in the crates as well. I know there's the 3 stack in ranch, so we'll have to see about that if that's a new setting, if soils are on.
Indeed.
'Cause I believe Great Bay Temple has some crates and barrels that have arrows, so we'll see about that. Thankfully that's foolish today.
Okay.
So actually, yeah, like Great Bay Temple is pretty big with crates and barrels on.
Yeah, unfortunately, without magic, even though we have Zormask, we can't do the hit checks in yet. But yeah, we've got Bo, Zormask, and a Remains. Not the most stacked star in the universe. The Zormask does open stuff, and there's magic, so... Okay, time to go back to Stockpot Inn.
Yeah, I was wondering how quick that would be.
Oh no, somebody clipped that wah moment. Immortalized on the internet forever.
I was very impressive. I was ready to join you, but I knew I wouldn't be able to join at the same caliber, so...
Alright, so Bucky's taking note of the archery hit spots and is going to get Georg's Remains and probably have many questions.
Absolutely. It's like, what other places could the Remains be?
Pretty much anywhere. It's like I said before, all bets are off when Boss Remain Shuffle turns on.
In the early bow, we get to see the shooting gallery in the town.
Alright, Bank 1 is a sword upgrade. Not gonna say no to that.
Yeah, we haven't even hit the Donkos yet. It's a very nice razor sword. What does our in-hit spot have for us today? First, a reservation. That just brings some chews. Oh, right. And that does not have the Zora mask yet, so we won't see that for a minute.
Yeah, that's
Maybe-
gotta hit the Skull Kid drawing to get that.
And just a green rupee for all your trouble. Those Octoroks, not giving much.
Mm-mm. Alright, that is receiving magic.
Here's Bucky routing in that Moon's Tear.
Alright, I believe Bucky is our first to check Guru here.
What does our laundry pool have? Just some nice money. And a land title deed. That must be on the Akana pillar in terms of the field.
Mm-hmm. Alright, land title deed's not too bad. We can turn that in right away.
Yeah.
Although that might be worth holding on to a little while for toilet paper, depending on if any more shows up. Or save
That's-
scumming it.
Yes, save scumming is invaluable, especially in mystery settings. There's so many things. In East Clocktown, Way of the Hero.
Unfortunately, that might have already been satisfied with Georg's remains.
You do need that to beat the seeds. That's very likely. Yet another mystery seed with hit spots on, and East Clocktown being the Way of the Hero. Yeah, with the hit spots. Sometimes that can be deceptive, though. I was watching the combo rando this week, and there was there were some pretty important things in the treasure chest game, along with sound check. So, but sometimes when you go to the yeah, when you go to the trouble doing sound check, you're not thinking of doing anything else and use Clocktown.
All right, business scrub is vanilla. And we're going to see what our Rosa Sisters check is. So this is a Sphere 1 check at this point, since it was only locked by Bo. Now, Sphere 2 if you want to be specific, but... Alright, quad hints coming up. Let's see if we got anything else juicy coming up here. Butler is dead. Mirror Shield.
Yeah, I just had a rupee. Romani Ranch Wath.
That might be for the barrels.
Yep, you have a few. I think you have a couple crates in there. One in the chicken shack for sure, and then of course that one that you can get a nice aliens refill too. Yeah, not gonna see aliens or Cremio today. That bomb bag probably isn't gonna, especially unrequired. It's not gonna bring our runners there. Yeah, nice peek on that pillar, and it looks like we are going to graveyard. Beaver Race has a Mask of Truth. Oh, goodness. I mean, that's a nice hint to have. You have to, if you want to explore all of your Way to Hero and Romani Ranch, you do have to do Beaver Race this seed.
And we're only a hook shot away from that being in logic.
You're right, yeah. Alright, our hit spots in graveyard. Ooh, there's a spin attack and a bottle. That's gonna be okay. So Southern Swamp is gonna be very nice. You get to turn that in with the land title deed. Oh, and of course, Twin Molds remains just chilling here. Gee. Okay, so we have, yeah, some, we already have 2 remains in our seed, and we're 18 minutes in. Oh, and a mirror shield. Oh, we don't need a circus leader's mask, especially the seed. Unless you really just want to, if you need to really take a bathroom break, you set up, no, the aliens, the setup is not worth it.
And even then, the Ranch Sisters defense isn't the required item, so that's definitely not... so Ranch Sisters aren't the Wath for Ranch. It is probably the crates and barrels, and we can get there now. We just gotta wait it out till day 3.
Yeah. Oh, and you have 2 remains, and you know that there's something way the hero. You already have, you know, how soon, do you rush Ranch? Like, it looks like we're taking our time, but wow, that's tempting.
I think, and Fox brings up a good point on this, is Oath is in a song location still, so we do need stuff. Because the Oath could unfortunately be in any of those song checks. It could be Boss Blue Warp. It could be on... okay, mundane items aren't shuffled. That's good.
Yeah, that's good to see.
And Dad's kind of pushing Bank 2 here. Already has over 400 rupees in his pocket.
Let's do a little dance in the street and look at our hint on Bucky's side. Yep, not pay digging again.
I think actually I've got all my always hints recorded. 2 of them, Dampa and Butler are green rupees. Ranch Sisters has a bomb bag in case of a dire emergency, but Boat Archery is dead. And that's a big in case of dire emergency.
Absolutely. Just more, yeah, that's right. More money.
I'm not sure Dad's not complaining. That's his Bank 2 right there. And to answer a question, chat, a location can never be hinted Wath, like, twice. There will always be 4 separate Wath locations. Alright, Bucky gets Razor Sword, and we're going to see Postman minigame. Unfortunately, with no spare rupees in his pocket, Dad's going to have to bust out of this for now.
And walk right back in.
Mm-hmm. And Bomber's only had a red rupee, and Bucky is right on time for Blastmass Lady. Not bad in-game time routing, I must say.
Yeah, that's always nice to have. It's fun to route in that last bomber and then already be in North Clocktown. Zakin's not going to know what hit him. Except for the boy that's been sitting there for 15 minutes, but...
And luckily, we know what will hit him. It's a Razor Sword.
Yeah, no blowing him up today. Alright, just some HP. But we get to check East Clocktown again. Or West Clocktown, excuse me.
We do have a Transformation Mask as well, so we can see the other Great Fairy reward.
Yeah, for anyone just coming in, this is our Mystery Settings Weekly. This is a randomizer, and the racers that we have on screen, Datlossit and Bucky34, are looking for items to complete the seed. So in a very different way than vanilla.
Yeah, the main goal is just to defeat Majora on the moon. To get there, we need all 4 remains and Oath to Order, and unfortunately, the remains can be literally anywhere right now. Alright, Bucky's going to take another stab, or I should say another swing at Swordsman School. And we're going to see Big Bomb Bag's reward, and it is another green rupee. This start is slow. At least it feels kind of slow.
Yeah, here's our first save scum of the seed. We've got a land title deed in our pocket, so we'll see if we save that for the scrub as we intend to use it, or toilet paper.
Yeah, let that file select screen serve as a testament to how crazy this got, folks. 24 minutes in, and we've got 2 remains already. But yeah, it looks like that's gonna use toilet paper first, and probably just reset if it ends up being junk. Actually, it's probably gonna reset after bombers. Bombers and toilet paper, I should say. Guess he's going to do bombers first.
Yeah, thankfully you just have the East Clocktown ones to finish up. If you do end up resetting.
To answer a question, chat, because Great Bay Temple is foolish, it means it can't be the first dungeon to be expected to be completed. Alright, nothing outside of the East Clocktown crates. So it's possible we could still have a decent song on Boss Blue Warp. Now, Great Bay Temple could have been expected to be a first logical dungeon if the Hintstone said that it was foolish except for the song, specifically. Because that would have suggested that Great Bay could have been a first logically completable dungeon. Not the case here.
And without Zoromask to do a gainer or a jump into Stockpot Inn, we will be... The save scum was actually... I mean, it's convenient to have this chicken from the bombers. So now we can see, okay, what does this land title, or at least what does a piece of paper for a toilet hand bring?
Yeah, luckily land title deed's not in a bad spot, so if you do need it for next cycle, it's not too far away.
Ah, big money.
Yeah, we've gotten enough of that today. I don't believe we've seen Dat check to see if scoops are shuffled.
Yeah, being in Southern Swamp is definitely a nice place to check that with a nice save scum as well, just in case you get something you can't get rid of.
Alright, so yeah, and Fox clarifies that if GBT is our first expected dungeon, then yes, then Blue Warp Song is foolish. Still a little far away from figuring that out, though. That being said, we do already have Zoromask, so... That is one of the big keys for Great Bay Temple.
Absolutely.
Alright, Dat is actually... Go on.
Unless it's shuffled, then I guess it could be accessed anywhere, and you just need a hook shot to get out. But go on.
I was just going to say that Dat's now picking up Zoromask, so he's going to be able to check the Stockpot Inn hit spot. Bucky should be able to follow suit relatively soon as well, but he hasn't made a trip back there to turn in the toilet paper, so we'll probably do that later in the seed when checking staff room.
Yeah, that will route nicely. And getting that Beaver's Race has a ranch mask hint there as well.
Oh, Fox brings up another good point. We already have Georg's remains, so assuming that GBT is not shuffled, all we have to do is get in there, which means we need Hookshot and New Wave, and then we could just go to Georg and fight him and clear the dungeon, and get access to Fisherman Game.
Yeah, that's really nice, actually. And there's Bucky picking up that first bottle that we know about. Yeah, that is actually very nice to know that it's foolish and that we can just rush through.
We are getting our swamp archery, though. Oh, hi, Dampe. Thanks for blocking the circus leader mask.
Yeah, you can take everything else in the graveyard, but that is Dampe's true treasured possession there.
Bucky's just going to go ahead and drink the milk. It's not a bad idea. It gives you infinite magic for the rest of the cycle. I don't think Bucky's concerned about Bank 2 until a wallet shows up then. And there was a gold rupee somewhere relatively easy. Oh no, that was the Chateau turn-in. And even then, the Chateau bottle's pretty easy to get back.
Yeah, and there's also the, I think the clam had a silver rupee, so next cycle that's a pickup. But yeah, picking up this potion for the for Kume, I think it's a lot quicker than trying to buy it from the hag directly.
Yeah, because in day 2 and 3 specifically, you have to go and trigger the witch cutscene. Not trigger the witch cutscene, but go find her in the woods, and then that'll send her back to the potion shop. Not boat archery. Swamp archery did give us a double defense, though, and given we've only still got 4 hearts, that is very welcome. That's a 30 arrow pickup. That is an alarmingly large number of arrow pickups.
I believe that's the ranch one, yeah.
And what is that on top of the on the Tour Center? Was that a magic jar? I think that was a magic jar. Yeah, that's a light magic jar.
Yeah, that's been the fun thing about Mystery 2. Is that a magic jar? Is that my first magic? And there are some sparkles, but they can be hard to spot. Yeah, it's looking like a jar.
And we are going to see the land title deed turn in here.
Ah, so using it intended, you do get ice arrows.
Game, we already have Georg's remains. We don't need those. We
Yeah,
literally
and
don't.
twins.
Well, actually, those are good for getting us into Icona. Actually, come to think of it, Hookshot and a mask is the only thing stopping us from that now.
Yeah, we already have magic. We have a bow. Yeah, hook and an Icona mask.
This is a gilded chest.
And just your second bow. That's all.
I couldn't tell if that was. I think that might have been a vanilla bug. I think it was bugs. Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't look like scoops are shuffled. But we are going to do a quick sweep with the Spider House. This will confirm 2 things. This will confirm if there are any dungeon rupees left off the table, and it will also give us a ton of hit spots. And we could probably check soils on top of that. And it looks like Dat wants to accelerate to 3rd day immediately. And route this
Makes
in with a
sense.
ranch sweep.
Yeah, it certainly makes sense.
In doing so, though, he is skipping day 2 woods.
That's true too.
Interesting play. Okay, soils are not shuffled. So yeah, it looks like all the arrow drops we've been seeing have been from crates and barrels.
And it looks like we have gold dust and a lens of truth on these swamp spider house hit spots.
All right, and is that a swamp title deed as well? Yeah, that's a swamp title deed.
Huh. All right. So far we're getting in that getting those in the vanilla order. Of course not from the intended locations, but
And I think that's a bomb bag. There we
ah,
go.
so that's why the Ranch Sisters were unrequired.
Makes a lot of sense.
And for those well hopers, there's your Mask of Sense, just in case we don't get another wallet.
Yeah, that could be a problem. And by the way, at this point, we can almost like 99% ensure token sanity is off. Like if that was enabled, we would have seen a token somewhere else by this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, our hint in the Swamp Spider House reads East Clock Town. Wow.
Thanks, game.
Absolutely. Thanks. And Wind Waker has hop across platforms. We have in Mystery hop across pots.
All right, so green's no good, blue's no good, red's no good. I think we've got basically no rupees shuffled. Ooh, here's a hint. Ocean Spider House items foolish. That kind of makes sense, considering token sanity is off and only hit checks are on. Alright, day 2 woods is... Oh wait, no, day 2 woods is... Okay, no, both bow upgrades are just chilling in swamp.
Huh. Yeah, you get one off the tree and then in North Clocktown and then just get these two.
Yep. You know, we love our comedy in seeds like this. Beaver Race hint again. We still have 2 Way of the Heroes and a Foolish on the table. I think after that, we're all out of intel. I forgot how menacing the moon looks when looking from the ranch on night 3 like that. West Clocktown Foolish. Okay, forget about Bank.
Yeah, and we already danced for our friends too.
Alright, so that's a pretty decent hint. That also means All Night's mass purchase is dead.
Yeah, that's one of the buggers to have to route in.
Alright,
mostly because of time of day.
Alright, so that's all our Foolish is. Great Bay Temple, Ocean Spider House items, and West Clocktown. Basically just don't do anything in the West. That's literally what that translates to. Chat brings up a great point with Beaver Race being Mask of Truth. I mean, this is a big chest, so this could just be important. That's definitely not important. It's nice, but it's not what we're looking for. It might not be a bad idea necessarily to give YOLO Dog Race a try, since we know Mask of Truth is on Beavers, and again, Ranch is Way of the Hero. Granted, we still haven't seen the crates, so I would say let's see what the crates here say first, and then we'll go from there. Bomb drop.
Yeah, it's a nice thing about these hit spots and crates. Yep, another West Clocktown Foolish. Is you're able to have some more checks when you go day 3 ranch. And if you do that dog race out of logic, you're just you're thinking about, okay, so hook is really the only thing that kept me from Mask of Truth. Yeah, YOLO couldn't hurt, but there's Goron right on the chicken hit spot.
There's your Wath.
Very most likely. And Adalwa's remains.
Okay, game. I'm kind of getting the message here.
We might be seeing all overworld. Just depends on where Goat is. We have one last remain and an oath to find. And everything in between.
We can actually go check a song right now. We can go check Goron, baby.
Yes, with that bomb bag. And we'll end up with Goron and the bow, especially.
Goron Mask, and yeah, that's... we can actually probably rule out Beavers. That would be something else if that still had progression. Because Oldawa's Remains and Goron Mask are both pretty big.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where that last hint could be. You know, that what stones can I, or sorry, hint stones can I find in between?
There's 2 in Great Bay. There's one in Great Bay Coast. There's one on before the Cape Ledges. So those 2 are available to us.
Yeah, and then of course that one on the way to north.
Oh yeah, chat brings up a good point. We haven't seen if snowballs are enabled. That's a postman's hat.
Yeah, grab that just in case.
That was some nice parkour there from Dat. Don't think that was intentional either, but I don't think he's complaining.
That did look nice. You usually don't see too much swimming in the Biobata Grotto, but making use of such a small space in a very stylish way.
So yeah, it looks like, as I had suspected, everybody was kind of just holding off on Wrench until day 3, and so far it looks like it's paying out. Unfortunately, Bucky's going to be losing out on a speed advantage for now until he picks that up. I don't think he shot the right eyeball. I don't think there was anything else back there, was there?
From what I remember, you know, we had the gold dust bottle, and the lens.
Yeah, and he got both of those, so I don't think there was anything else. Okay, so yeah, I think Bucky's fine. Oh, the bomb bag. Bucky's leaving behind the bomb bag.
Right. Yeah, that was in here. Maybe, you know, I've seen runners kind of go back for those hit spots just to make sure. Maybe we see that before they leave, but that would be unfortunate to pass that up.
You know, with the bomb bag where it is, that might actually not be a problem. Alright, we got another hint that reads Swamp is Wath. That would be for...
Well...
the bomb bag? No, that would be Swamp Spider House items. Ignore me.
It would be. Yeah, what checks do we have? We still have the Tingle turn-in, the Tingle photo turn-in. And of course...
Yeah.
But we did do all the Hag sister steps.
Oh, the ice arrows on land title.
That's right. Okay.
Oh, that could be a problem, because that would suggest if GBT is foolish, that may put our remaining progression in Icona.
That does make sense.
Like, because is there anything else ice arrows are good for at this point?
Yeah, those are the 2 prominent things that are ice arrow locked. Is that green valve room in Great Bay Temple, as well as yeah, like you said, Icona access.
Oh no, and we do have a hint for Pamela's father too.
Wow.
If all Knight's Mask actually leads to a Remains or the song item we need for Oath, that would be insane for a Remain Shuffle Seed.
Yeah. Well, there's a sigh of relief picking up that bomb bag on the other side.
Okay.
Yep, so it definitely pays to double check those hit spots.
And also because they're hit spots, infinite gold dust.
Yeah, that's easy gold right there.
Yeah, very easy gold dust. All right, let's see what the song is on Baby Gore. If this is Oath, I'm going to giggle. It is not. It is Sonata. Which we really can't do anything with right now.
Yeah, no Deku. Yeah, no Deku. That's just about it.
Chat brings up a great point. Smithy 2 is in logic with lens and a bottle. Dad just bought the most expensive red potion in the game.
Yeah, I wonder. I guess we see that for Shiro later on.
Well, Dad hasn't checked the rest of. I don't think Dad rescued the witch yet.
Oh, that's true. You could do that day 3.
Because Dad also skipped day 2 woods.
Yeah, not only missing that extra bow from that.
Oh, wow. So many potential questions now. So yeah, with ice arrows being potentially the wath for swamp. Oh, could we end up going all over the world looking for our Garo Gibdo mask at this rate?
Yeah, Pirate's Fortress isn't looking too bad. You can at least get to 2 of those regions without the hook shot. And, well, actually all 3 because of that sewer entry.
Yeah, actually, Pirate's Fortress really doesn't sound like a bad idea. We could have like a vanilla hook shot or something. Now, could ice arrows conceivably do anything for us in Pirate's Fortress if hookshot is like deep in there or something like that? Or am I just completely imagining things?
I mean, we still need, we might need items along the way to item, so it could still, ice arrows could still bring, well, yeah, the big thing I can think of is hook and fire arrows for that song up in Ikana.
Maybe. I'm just trying to think of anything else ice arrows could do for us that isn't Icona, and unfortunately, nothing's coming to mind.
Yep, I think it's about those 2 things. One niche use for ice arrows, unexpected, a different game, Ocarina of Time. You actually freeze the traps on your way to the Water Temple boss.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you don't have your hovers in Rando, then it's kind of a nice quality of life.
Yeah, I think I'm with Fox on this one. I think Pirate's Fortress is probably the next best place to go for in terms of especially density. We can check almost everything in there with a couple of exceptions. Maybe I think we can get to those 3 hearts. And I wouldn't be surprised if those are shuffled at this rate.
Yeah. Well, there's Bucky picking up their Adalis remains. Both racers just 1 remain, 45 minutes in from completing the game. And, well, and of course, Oath and everything in between.
And who knows how big that everything in between can go. This is Randomizer, folks. It does not care of the journey that must be taken to get to the end, just that it can be taken.
Absolutely. So it looks like we're both going to be doing some final day cleanup. So that involves peeking the tower chest, but we know... Yeah, okay. And then, and of course the hit spot and stock pod in.
Yeah,
just
we've been kind of...
And a silver rupee.
Yeah, that's been staring us in the face for a while now, but...
Yeah, it makes sense to route it in when you're doing these last checks of the cycle. And what does Goron treasure chest game bring us? Just a wooden chest. Postman's hat not bringing us much either.
We're gonna see Day 3 Honey and Darling. We never did get to see what was in Observatory Bomb Wall, and I guess they must have saw something of interest in here earlier.
That's a big chest. Just a stone mask. Useful for Camela's all-night mask.
Yeah, actually getting that before diving Deku Palace or Pirate's Fortress, you know what, that's okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of places we can use that.
Like, I will be an odd man out when it comes to utilizing less utilized stuff. Try saying that 5 times fast.
And our end chest on day 3 brings us a whole bottle. Perfect
Yay.
for eggs.
I'm starting to think this is turning into a fast egg seed, at least.
Yeah, so you're looking for a hook, you're looking for an Economask, and fire arrows probably.
Yeah, this is... The seed is sped up in a really strange way here. Like, we're getting remains, we're getting items, but we still kind of don't have a clear... I mean, from what we've seen, it's looking pretty likely Pirate's Fortress is the way forward.
Yeah.
Nice All Knights mass purchase.
Yeah, thankfully we knew that was, we're not gonna be checking that, but, oh man. That's a whole green rupee. Just incidentally trying to force that bank 3, we see that.
But yeah, I think Dad just wanted to get some extra cash in his pocket for Great Bay Tingle, because I think that's his next stop.
And now we'll probably see Pirate's Fortress. Well, now what an interesting twist would be if we did not need dungeons because of our remain seed, but we did need songs for Pamela, Storms, and Healing.
That would be nuts right now.
This would be the homage. This would be, strap in folks for your Saturday morning treat, because that would be just an homage from Seedbot from all those times in Standard where we did not see a Pamela seed in the tournament.
Alright, Swamp is Wath. Now here's a question. Is the chest in the back of Ocean Spider House different than Ocean Spider House items?
I believe it would be.
Because that's the only reason I could see for Dad actually... Oh, Dad's checking...
Nice Village Grade Fairy Sword.
Also, nice dungeon vases.
Yes, dungeon pots are on. And you're rewarded for checking. Seahorse is confirming more of that mundane off setting. And a first look at North on Bucky's side. We have Zoe Grotto, and of course, I guess no, that has already been here.
Yeah, that's already been here. But Bucky, I don't know if Bucky still has an extra bottle of gold dust in his pocket for Smithy 2. Because again, we know that is in play right now.
Yeah, we need day 2 time of day for that. But it'll be interesting to see if we see who we see that on which side first.
That's true. Nice collision.
Yeah, every now and then you can get a pop-up there, but sometimes the game just says no.
Alright, Great Bay Tingle, you've got to have something for us eventually, right? Never mind.
Yeah, that green rupee wasn't looking very tempting.
Alright, there's another green rupee on the ledge in Goron Village. We're going to see what's on Labfish.
A little parkour in the lab. I do think you can just pop up on there, but it's kind of fun to see.
Yeah, and as chat points out, with dungeon pots turned on, that means Pirate's Fortress is going to be like absolute max check density now.
We saw a recovery heart, so those freestanding ones could be on. Yeah, there's a lot of potential in Pirate's Fortress. Hope we're not putting it off for too long.
Bucky's having a little bit of trouble with this day 3 lens cave puzzle.
Yeah, Z target is your friend on this this traversal across the ice platforms.
Oh no! Good thing this doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, even if it did, we do have that. It was nice of the seed to give us double defense for whatever fights we might have, whether it's Fierce Deity list or not.
All right, there's the other All Knights mask hint. Not that that makes a huge difference right now, but actually that's a little concerning because both of those hints are effectively Sphere 0.
Yeah. You can access that with just the Epona start. Okay, we're making it coming back the back way.
I think I understand what Dad's thinking here is that I'm gonna probably have to full clear PF, but if there's any chance that I don't have to full clear PF, that would be great. So just sweeping everything else beforehand, and probably looking for hook shot.
Yeah, because if it is outside of Pirate's Fortress, that is pretty convenient.
Bucky also just confirmed with a couple of snowballs that snowballs are disabled.
Someday. Well, we have seen it, but not today.
Recently, too, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. There's the nod of a wait. That's right. We knew that.
And yeah, another thing is Dad's in-game time is a little low right now, even inverted, so isn't really going to have the best amount of time available to clear out PF. Probably going to reset cycle after finishing up Cape. Cape and Hall here.
Nice to touch these owls just in case you need something post Great Bay Temple, and of course, we can come back for Fire Arrow check,
You can tell Dad doesn't care about money anymore because just bought another way more than 30 rupee red potion.
It's the convenience cost.
Yeah, right now, for those just coming in today, our settings are Boss Remain Shuffle, Crates and Barrels, Hit Checks, and Dungeon Pots. Songs and song locations. Soils are not randomized. We might have Recovery Hearts randomized, but we'll see.
And yes, we will be seeing the Hungry Goron being checked today. Just a green rupee for jamming out with our friend Evan.
Some royalties.
Yeah, music business is it's not looking lucrative right now in Termina. Might be the whole moon crashing thing.
Probably. Although, still not as bad of an economy as that one price shuffle seed during the, I want to say, mid-group stages of the tourney, where everything was almost everything needed Giant's Wallet.
Oh, that's always fun to see. Is your everything is just more than 200 rupees.
But yeah, I think next cycle in particular, we're going to see the seed explode in Pirate's Fortress, because from what everybody in chat has been saying, Pirate's Fortress has upwards of 80 checks with what we've got enabled, with all the hit spots, dungeon pots, possibly the 6 recovery hearts. Is it 6 or 3? I can't remember how big the triangle is.
I think it's 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Your crates and barrels and sewers, and it's looking like a very loaded place here. At this point in the seed. So yeah, we might see that next cycle. Nice
something?
little bubble tech here.
Something? I'm glad they brought the Hungry Goron side quest back in Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I'm trying to think of that one. And he only gives you a green rupee. Wow.
Some DoorDash fee, that is.
Yeah. Hugo's usually a lot more generous, but not today.
Actually, you know what? If that's how much you had to pay for your DoorDash, I think that would actually be great. Oh.
Armani's mask on Shiro. And East Clocktown Walk.
Oh yeah, we can't rule that out. Alright, green rupee on path to Snowhead. If the only thing we find in Pirate's Fortress is the remains and maybe one other item, this is gonna be a journey.
Oh.
Never mind!
Oh, wow. So there's Goat's remains right then, right there at the 57 mark. We have Bucky with all of our remains, thanks to that path to Snowhead Grotto. We're just looking for Oath, or the items to get Oath. So we're going to be playing What Song Is It? And Where Are My Song Items? And where might be my hook be for Pamela? Because those ice arrows were hinted Wath.
Yeah, this is actually probably worst case scenario, because we're pretty much convinced whatever we need is in Icona, right? Since we know ice arrows are the Wath, but nothing has led to them yet.
Yeah.
Or nothing has led out of ice arrows. So
Yeah. So Egos has got to be.
we could have fire arrows behind Pamela's dad on All Night's masks on Grandma Stories. That might actually be what we're looking at here.
That could be. You know, and you do get a free song from our Great Bay, already having Georg's remains and a Great Bay Temple, Foolish.
If we can
so maybe
find,
that's one of the songs we need.
if we can find Deku Mask, and that would give us Woodfall Temple as our first logical dungeon, so then we could just blow through Great Bay Temple for Boss Blue Warp if we find a hookshot.
Yeah, Great Bay Temple could be on Sonata.
All that too. Well, if Great Bay Temple is on Sonata, and we don't find anything else to clear the other dungeons, then the Blue Warp song is going to be foolish. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But yeah, we still can't even enter a dungeon right now, so we still don't even know if Dungeon ER is enabled. Which, given how this seed's been playing out, Oh, Dad's picking up the eggs. Is he planning on trying to get the whole thing done before the cycle ends?
Wow, yeah. I guess, you know, we we could see that happen. There's a lot to check in Pirate's Fortress, so and you do have inverted time. There's your another bottle.
I mean, sure, why not? That is Dad's 5th bottle, though, so if he does have a bottle of gold dust in his pocket right now, this will absolutely be a cakewalk.
All right, I had to turn that in. And happy hour, absolutely.
Happy hour. Bucky has all 4 of his remains already.
All right, it looks like someone beat me to the commands, but yes, we have Datlossit and Bucky34 in front of us racing today in today's Mystery Weekly. I'm joined in the commentary booth with Captain MD, and also thank you so much for tracking Warren, and also to Pulsar for restreaming today. Thank you for making this happen, where we get to watch these remains get caught in Tier 0.
Yeah, and I'm sure, and I remember in the Discord earlier that Dad really did want to race this one, so I'm sure he's very intrigued, and I don't think he regrets that choice one bit given this seed, because this is pretty crazy.
You know, when it comes to rando seeds, even when you know the settings, you don't know what you're in for. But with Remain Shuffle, it's I feel like it's especially so. With mystery settings, it's especially so.
Yeah, it's looking likely that either Egos has Oath, or, like, something up in Icona has, like, Keg or Captain's Hat. Captain's Hat is the only, like, other big thing I can think of, besides, because Ranch can't be Wath for Oath. So, I doubt it's Keg.
Yeah, that Keg could be for Keg Castle, too.
I mean, yeah, it could. You know, and now that you say that. We are missing one way of the hero, yes. Because Boss Remain Shuffle is enabled, there is a 4th way of the hero. And we didn't get it.
No.
So that means they both have to be in Icona? Yeah, they both have to be in Icona.
Yeah, that or Spring, but...
Oh yeah, I
Not
forgot
looking very
spring.
likely to check those at this moment. But you never know, which one will be our first, whether we can check Snowhead or Kana first.
BTW, happy simultaneous PF.
Yeah, our runners wanted a high five, and it looks like they're going for a handshake here.
So I think given what both runners already have and know, I think actually Bucky is a little bit ahead here, picking up Goat's remains.
Yeah, path to Snowhead is about the only difference there. So we'll see when Dat picks those up. But yeah, both of them are searching for a song before the end of the cycle, most likely.
So yeah, our way of the heroes right now, East Clocktown was Wath for Georg's remains. Ranch was Wath for Oldawa's remains and Goron Mask, probably. Well, or Goron Mask. It's probably Oldawa's remains, but you still don't say no to the Goron Mask. Swamp was the way of the hero, and right now the only thing that was way of the hero for was ice arrows. I think that's all the checks minus anything that be locked behind Picto.
I think that was a big chest in the sewer. Get a second look at it. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking shiny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big gilded chest, all right. Gibdo Mask?
Hook shot.
Okay,
yes, there's
sure.
a hook shot. Oh my gosh! In your sewer, in your hookshot devoid seed, sewers is gonna have it.
You drop everything and finish up PF now. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if Bucky does eggs. They do have time of day to still go visit Pirate's Fortress. Or sorry, Pinnacle Rock rather. We have crates and barrels in sewers, so we'll see if that yields anything.
Yeah, keep an eye on Dat's in-game time here, because this is gonna be tight.
Just a little weekly race excitement here on ZSR today.
Oh yes, nothing wrong with excitement.
Well, this is where the pirates keep all their money, it seems.
Makes sense.
Oh.
Careful, don't get that time loss.
Yeah, some lucrative information trading the pirates are getting into, and of course our Don Carlos mask in the cage.
I'm gonna trust that Dat knows that only one pot was shuffled in there, so. Because I don't know if that other pot actually has anything, which I guess not. And yeah, I think chat brings up a good point. Given what we know, eggs is very unlikely to be Oath, unless it's like needed for storms and healing. I mean,
that would be perfect. I honestly, I kind of want to see that today. We already have our hook. We just need an Icona mask. We need, yeah. So I'm hoping to see something fun on. Obviously, we know what's on Pamela, but that thing bringing a lot of progression for our racers. Yeah, that little nook and cranny. I mean, it's literally a nook and cranny. It's hidden away in Pirate's Fortress. Oh, a room key in the barrels.
Okay. I mean, we can do something with it. There's extended magic, too.
Wow. I feel like that's the second time this week I've seen magic power be in that particular crate. Might have been this month. But we do get to see these hit spots.
All right, chat. Let the fireworks begin.
On Dad's side, we have an inverted hour and a half to turn in eggs. I'm interested to see whether we rush that just to make sure we can get it done since we've started it. But of course, maybe we're sitting comfortable and can route it all in and just Song of Time right at the last minute.
Yeah, worst case scenario, I think Dat will just go right ahead and rush eggs and Song of Time and then just come back again later. Because, yeah, he's cutting this pretty close.
Yeah, thankfully the extra checks in Pirate's Fortress are pretty along the way.
And yeah, scoops are definitely not shuffled. We should have known that already with eggs, but scoops are definitely not shuffled.
Yeah, vanilla bugs, vanilla eggs, looking pretty good. And vanilla fish as well.
Tell you though, hearts are starting to come back to life here. All the heart pieces we've been stockpiling, and now Dat's packing 7 with double defense. So yeah, people are not dying this seed, not anymore. Was that a couples mask? Sure was.
Oh, yeah, beans, couples, and it looks like that's a Claire de Cafe on the 3rd day. We're just going to take a moment to pause on that because, wow, what a placement.
That's been in play for 60 minutes.
Yeah, technically you can just get here without Zora, so interesting.
But yeah, the bean is also pretty big because now we can use them. And that's also an technically early check.
So these pots are bringing just, some love.
Alright, so Dad's got 2 eggs out of 4, and there's still an hour left on the clock. And he came in here with about 2, so he should just make this, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah, it's feeling pretty comfy for an hour before the end of the world can feel.
Yeah, the last thing you want to happen now is to have difficulties getting some of the eggs because of not being able to get the guards to fly away due to being chased by bees.
Alright, it's just a wood chest in there, but we do need that egg. And the pots yield just some heart pieces.
Okay, game, we're good on health. Thanks.
Let's see. Just making sure we're ready.
There's the Garo mask. There we go.
Akana access right then, right there.
This next cycle for Dat is going to be very, both runners for that matter, is going to be very, very interesting.
Absolutely.
Like, we might be able to 2-cycle this seed. Okay, the recovery hearts are shuffled, but they are junk.
Yep, nothing too tempting down there.
And yep, that should be the 4th egg for Dat. There is 33 minutes on the clock.
Oh,
and light arrows.
You're not K-castling. That is very nice.
Okay, so
still need fires for that, but yeah, that's very convenient and probably will bring you towards Ego a little bit sooner. Depends on what our egg song is.
Alright, this should be the last chest for Dat, so he should be busting out of here any second now. And yeah, he is just gonna make it.
Yeah, I believe Bucky only has 3 bottles, so they might just be taking a little pit stop here at the Curiosity Shop. And they should be back to full clear Pirate's Fortress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they do need to go back for that egg as well. But all the excitement in Pirate's Fortress, I might have missed it.
Yeah, and we got Couples Mask too, so that's going to definitely be another next cycle thing. We could 2-cycle this seed. This seed, I mean, it depends on how things play out with like Letter to Cafe and stuff, but there might actually be a chance this seed could have been 1-cycled.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if anyone drafts out that 1-cycle god routing.
And yeah, Dad is making every last second of this day count. So yeah, he's going to have just more, actually a bit more than enough time, but not too much more than enough time. So yeah, compliments for Dat's in-game time routing. Both runners really had some good in-game time routing so far on this first cycle.
I'm pretty curious about what that room key could yield.
Yeah, we got Couples Mask, we got Room Key, we got Icona Access. Is Grandma Stories? Grandma Stories can be a sometimes hint, can it? I say you rush those hints. So yeah, the only thing Dad's missing out on by skipping on... Oh my god.
So that is Blue Wave Bossa Nova on Datlossit's side. We may, now with the hook, we don't even have to save scum our dungeon entries, which is pretty nice.
Okay, Boss Blue Warp is totally useless now. It's looking like GBT's our first logical dungeon. Assuming it's not shuffled. Dat, what are you doing, by the way?
Oh, you know, just a quick Beavers race, I'm sure.
You do not have enough time for beavers now.
Not at all, not at all. Maybe just investigating these two chests here.
Oh, one of them's gilded.
Big.
Hold on to your Minish caps.
Do you have time for the second one? Oh, there's your wallet.
Okay, that's nice, but that's really not going to help.
We're soaring. We're not done with this cycle. We're not done with this cycle, Captain. What else is that gonna do?
Maybe check Room Key? I don't think he's got enough time.
Oh, thankfully that down D-pad button is not too far away, but...
He's gonna make it, isn't he?
I believe he is. 2 and 2, 23. And there's our reset.
Oh, thank you.
Get that information before you cycle it away. But of course, what if that letter to Kathy is something we have to go back to Pirate's Fortress anyway? Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Okay. I'm done having some unnecessary stress for the weekend. Nah, it's good, really. Like, let that serve as a testament to how well Dad knows his stuff, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is fun to see. Just some confident 1 second time of daying.
Yeah, and the only thing Dad really missed in that first cycle sweep was Day 2 Woods, but we know that's only a bow upgrade, so luckily that's not particularly consequential.
Yeah, Southern Swamp just looking really nice for those ice arrows.
And yeah, I think Dad's following the way of the hero logic and just literally rushing Icona now. Incoming Bombshoe.
And incoming Blast Mask.
Thanks, game.
Yeah, that Ranch Sisters bomb bag is looking pretty unrequired right now.
Yeah, I think Dad did want to keep the red potion for Shiro, though, but unfortunately he reset that away. Actually, no, we saw Shiro.
We did see Shiro.
I think. Yeah, Dad did do it. Ooh, Bucky was a little too steep there on the, not too steep, too shallow there on the, jump/angle there.
Oh yeah, I like the look of the recoil. I know the backflip is my safety strat. And we get to see Garo hints and mystery seeds. So we can now that we have Icona access, we can start to narrow down what checks we do and do not have to do. Bank reward 3, yeah, that's gonna be dead.
And yeah, these Garo hints basically add extra sometimes hints to the pool, which one of these could be Grandma Stories. We might need it. Or they can just tell us Bank 3 is dead again. Okay, gee, thanks, game.
Because we definitely needed a duplicate of that one.
I need another look real quick on what that was on Ocean Spider House Ledge. Looks like nothing.
Anaconda Graveyard Wath is our dock hint in Anaconda Canyon.
We literally already took care of that. That's literally for Twin Mold's remains. That's it.
Well, I suppose we'll see the Shrine Grotto here in a second.
Honestly, these Waths really haven't been all that... The only Wath that was really that powerful was Swamp.
Yeah, Swamp is definitely our big tell this seed. Everything else is in flux.
Literally 3 out of the 4 Waths were for remains. The other one was for ice arrows.
A nice thing about the seed is, I mean, unless there's a Gibdo chilling somewhere, you know, it's telling the racers, hey, just worry about Connie Canyon for now. Worry about that all-night mask, or whatever's on Egos.
Yeah, the problem is if it is Egos and we still need fire arrows, we could still be looking all over the place for those.
Yeah, that's so true. And a Deku Mask, where was that?
Mountain Smithy Day 2.
Uh-huh. And Deku gives us one song, the seed, or this in these settings.
And I would once again like to remind the audience, that has been in Logic for 60 minutes.
Yeah, that was as soon as we got to oh goodness. The Swamp Spider House. Yep, we're going back for the gold dust.
The seed is becoming kind of dumb.
At least we know where it is, and that, you know, having that day 2 hint is nice for Smithy. But yeah, Bucky will be finishing up their eggs for the vanilla wave, and we'll see where that gets us.
And Chad actually brings up a great point that this will actually work in Dad's favor because it's going to put him in the neighborhood of Path to Snowhead, which we do know he needs to go visit anyway to pick up Goat's remains. Looks like chat's also noticing that Bucky didn't do dungeon pots, although I don't think we have to worry about that at this point. It's looking pretty unlikely that Couples and Letter to Cafe will bring anything important. Although, Couples and Letter to Cafe were on hit spots, never mind. There wasn't anything important in the pots, just a boatload of hard pieces.
Well, the light arrows, I think, were in one of the egg rooms.
Oh, yeah,
pots.
yeah.
Yeah, so... Now... We're looking for fire arrows for our Akana Guard song. We can grab Deku for a song.
Yeah, I would still... I might be the odd man out on this, but I would get the Deku song anyway, because I think that also does eliminate GBT as first potential lock dungeon, since we could have gotten Deku Mask way earlier. So, I think... And we can now rule Boss Blue Warp in, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, it's entirely possible that those two songs are, you know, storms and healing. Who knows? Bucky also probably not too happy to see that 4th bottle.
That would have been nice. A little bit earlier, Seedbot.
But yeah, I mean, it's so tough to say because, you know, again, Randomizer does not care how difficult the journey is so long as it can be done. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to make all that link up at once.
Yeah, there'd be. I'd have great respect for this seed if it just told us what it wanted off the bat and just had us kind of figure out our path there. So if that Pamela hint actually becomes something from the All Night Mask, like I'm gonna be very impressed because it would kind of be, I believe, about the same amount of songs as you would need for all dungeons.
As given what we have now, yes. And looks like that's just gonna toss the 100 rupees into and do both smithies in one go.
It just, yeah, it's a good play for sure.
Although, what I would do in Dat's case real quick is after getting Goat's remains here, make a quick, or getting Hot Spring Water check first. I would make a quick pit stop to PF and grab that letter to Cafe. Okay, Dat just tapped into his inner Sonic Genesis there for a second. Got to the top of the hill, came to a full stop.
Yeah, that ice can be pretty. I feel like I get frozen about half the time.
That's a big gilded chest.
Yielding another wallet. Well, at least we know Bank 3's dead.
Yeah, honestly, that doesn't do us any good whatsoever.
Yeah, not at all. We already could afford most of the purchases of the seed with that first wallet.
Something else we can do, and I remember Dad picking this up upon picking Gold Dust, is also grabbing and turning in the Swamp Title Deed.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen the Swamp Deed turn in. Alright, there's a wave for Bucky, and we'll see what they do the rest of their cycle. Probably visit the inn, if they haven't already.
Best song jingle ever on Bucky's side.
Oh yeah, yes.
Metroid Prime item get chorus. Best one ever.
Definitely soft spot there. Well, a Keaton mask there on the day one smithy.
Game, you're throwing us a whole lot of ambiguous checks right now.
That could be your your captain's hat, question mark?
Yeah, so how do we... Can we really open up a bet for anything? Because we don't even know where Oath is right now. It could literally be on any of the other song checks. Well, not any of them at this point, but... There's still like 2 or 3 different ones that it can be. Because it could be Egos. Whatever's up there in... what's it's called in Icona could be Keg or Captain's Hat. Like, it could be anything. Like, that's the beauty of mystery. That's the beauty of Randomizer, is as much as likely as one thing is, it could be anything. Unfortunately, it looks like Dad busted out of the area without going to Path to Snowhead. That's an oopsie.
Yeah, without Lullaby, I don't. It makes sense. And I'm curious if we're going to see the other chest on Bucky's side, or if they're able to peek that.
Yeah, Bucky actually has a little more time on this run. There should be enough time for Beavers too.
Oh, that's true too.
But I doubt we're going to see Dog Race now.
Monty Ranch is it's the way of the hero, but we already have some candidates that already strongly fulfill that. Just don't know if it's completely fulfilled. We'll see what Seedbot's thinking in a bit here.
Alright. Is the monkey song our progression? At this point, this can't be Oath.
Alright, there's Lullaby.
That is probably the best song Dad could have gotten right now. because at least that is another sort of indicator to head to path back to Snowhead.
I'm curious how many dungeons we'll need to go to if all of our remains are already in our pocket, or at least accessible.
Is there still time to do Fisherman Game? Does Fisherman Game rely on time of day?
Oh my goodness.
Because if not, Bucky could theoretically get that done real fast before the cycle's out, if this dungeon isn't shuffled.
Oh, Bunny Hood on the Bean Man.
But I don't think Bucky's thinking about that right now, so I think we're not going to see any temples for Bucky this cycle.
Yeah, I definitely... you're definitely sitting a lot more comfortably, especially without FD. You know, that York fight might not be as fast as you'd like it to be.
Yeah.
So safety strat is to save that for next cycle if you do Fisherman's Game. But it's a commitment.
So we're in a real strange scenario. I wonder how Dat's gonna process Woodfall. Is he gonna full clear it and check the song? Because I feel like in a scenario like this, it's a really tough call, because if I were playing this, and this is literally just speaking as an observer, knowing what we know now, I almost have half a mind to just blow through the dungeon, pretending that it's foolish, and just get the boss Blue Warp. Like, is that too much of a gamble, you think, or...
Well, I know whatever's on, like wherever Great Bay Temple is, like that would be, for song information, I think that would be my greatest temptation to check out first.
Because we could be looking for only one item here. And it could be either Fire Arrows, Captain's Hat, or Powder Keg. Good grief.
Yeah, this is definitely a head scratcher. Well, I didn't realize how happy Toilet Hand was to have a solution for their problems. I guess I missed that because we probably had a full wallet when we checked it earlier.
Yeah, that immediately reset it away after picking it up. Oh yeah, we can just zip right to the boss anyway because we've got Oldawa's remains.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we are gonna see the rest of Woodfall here, and
Okay.
Woodfall is vanilla.
Yeah, I don't think there's any key shuffle at this point. If there was, boss keys are definitely not shuffled.
Yeah, and it
at
might be
least
small keys within if it is on. I might have saw a lock on that left door.
I saw bars on one of them, but I didn't see a key lock. And also, dungeons don't appear to be shuffled either, so I think at the very least we can at least say Boss Blue Warp song is not foolish, because we could have gotten here anytime pretty much. So Great Bay Temple's not our first logical clear. But yeah, it's still really tough to say. Like, I want Boss Blue Warp to be healing or storms, but I realize that is incredibly unlikely.
Yeah, at this point we could still have a dungeon shuffle.
Oh yeah, you know what else has been in check ever since like first cycle? Sound check.
Yep. Now, yes, especially now that we know Deku is where it is. Yeah, sound check is just right there, and East Clocktown is way the hero.
Oh well, if sound check is required, then first cycling this seed would have actually been impossible. Since Deku is locked by day 3.
Yeah. Oh, man. Just yeah, a funny way to make it a 3-cycle requirement, or 2-cycle rather. Oh, and a Ocean Deed in our pots and Woodfall, and a Giant's Mask.
And I wasn't paying attention. Was the boss key vanilla?
That was a wood chest.
Okay, so it wasn't. It was not vanilla. So it's either somewhere else in the dungeon or it's just Big Keezy.
Big Keezy, I like.
I'm okay with Big Keezy, given we've already got Remain Shuffle dungeon pots and like an all sanity level Pirate's Fortress.
Absolutely.
And there were a lot of good items in PF. Light arrows, Couple's Mask, Letter to Cafe, Extended Magic. You know, not insignificant. This looks like a small gilded.
Oh, that was
okay. That's fine. Small keys in dungeons. It's Woodfall small key.
It's purple, yeah.
I mean, that's still fine.
I'm trying to remember. I have an acronym for the colors of the small keys to which dungeon, and for some reason, the P in the acronym is not standing off as the first one. But it must be. It must be.
Oh, that's the pendant of memories behind Ocean Tile Deed. At least I think it's pendant. But Long Quest would definitely turned off. If they were on, we would have seen a hint by now.
Oh, thank you, chat. Yeah, okay. Woodfall within dungeons. Small keys within dungeons.
Oh yeah, we're seeing Shrine Grotto here. Have we seen this already?
I'm trying to remember that myself, because I noted that this wasn't the first thing that that did.
You know where? Well, actually, no. Shrine's not locked by ice arrows. Like, I'm like 99% sure that that Upper Icona has our answer.
Really like that Zorus right there. Yeah, Upper Arcana is seeming pretty likely the seed. And we can just soar and go right to Dala. Skip that fire arrow through the... Well, we don't have fire arrows too, but skipping the arrow through the lantern, all those steps, you get to just go jump right to the boss, so that's nice. And a quick Adala as well. Thankfully, we can just slash them away.
Yeah, nothing of too much craziness going on there. GF Sword just makes that easy. All right, so the remains are a heart piece and the drop. The boss had a magic jar.
Oh, a lucrative magic jar. And a new cycle, and a new day, a new cycle. Song of Healing on the boss blue warp.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Although that being, yeah, why don't we? Problem is, we're still looking for song things now.
Yeah, song items are definitely what we need right now. Fire arrows, since we have our mirror, and Icona access. Captains, because Graveyard Wath.
Yeah, let's think this through for a minute. Let's think a little more realistically. So, with GBT Foolish, we still need fire arrows. So...
Is Romani Ranch, is the Mask of Truth on beavers, is that the answer to the seed?
That would be nuts if that is. Like, if Mask of Truth leads to fire and, you know. And, yeah, I mean, it's pretty likely Oath is on Egos. Alright, Bucky's gonna go ahead and get Deku Mask now, too. Yeah, let's. I think we should be. I feel like the next thing on the to-do list should be. You have a choice here. You can either dip an unclearable. Well, you can dip and do a lot of Snowhead Temple. You could do Shrine, although that really isn't locked behind Ice Arrow, so that doesn't seem like the best play in the universe. We can't do Egos. Sounds dumb, but I think the way forward here is to dip Snowhead Temple. Because I really can't see another way forward right now.
And that at least push that back to Path to Snowhead and
Very
pick
true.
up that last main. And maybe in searching, maybe we see Bucky pick up their light arrows. I'm a little concerned about that.
Well, at the rate the seed is going, we probably don't need light arrows.
Just depends
Although,
on
yeah, and we're going to see Iconic Castle real quick here. Although fire arrows can't be in here.
Yeah, well,
because you need a fire to hit the other switch.
Yeah, it could be reverse mirror.
I cannot see what is on that pillar.
Yeah, that could be a sword.
Oh right, the pots. Right, I forgot about the pots. Sorry, standard mindset.
Yep, yeah, that's easy to fall into. Yep, there's our Deku mask repeat. Onigaro hint.
Okay, so this hint has to be something new.
Give something new, Garo. Well, Fierce
Grog
Deity
is
on
FD.
Grog. So we're not getting that. Yeah, probably not getting that. Even if we did have the Bremen's mask, unless we were stalling for time of day, but that's not looking likely.
Is Bucky? Darmani is 10 arrows. Okay. Is anybody else hearing a lot of static on Bucky's end?
Oh yes.
Yeah, we might need to swap that out for a minute here.
Yeah, maybe it'll fix on after the warp, but yeah, we can swap out here.
All right, Egos pots.
Yeah, if you're looking for a magic refresh, that is unfortunate, but thankfully we have double magic and now fires are in here. That would be wild. Oh, we can't soar out. Okay, we're song of timing.
I think that's okay, because Dat's already burned the cycle anyway, getting Deku Mask.
Yeah, that works out pretty well.
So it wasn't the Egos pots.
I'm curious about the reverse well, because that is accessible with those light arrows, but none of the rest of well is accessible without that Gibdo mask. And whatever we need is likely Ice Arrow locked, so we can check out Couple's Mask Keaton this cycle, thankfully.
Yeah, we can also... I think Bucky's actually got the same idea here. Bucky's going back for the letter to Cafe.
Yeah, and maybe now that they're not stressed by the clock, we explore just a little bit more of Pirate's Fortress in those pots that are sitting pretty in those lab rooms, or rather those egg rooms.
Yeah, hopefully Bucky does check those to realize that pots are enabled. Because that, again, I don't think light arrows are going to be a big deal this seed, but we can't rule them out either way.
Yeah, and if Kang's nowhere to be found, like those are your only way for that song, whatever is on Egos. And our Couple's Mask brings us a green rupee. Thanks, Mayor.
Rip off.
You can go home to Roma now, but you only give a green rupee. Not a big tip.
Oh, so we have Twin Mold's remains. If the next song we get is Elegy, we could just go straight to Twin Mold could have fire arrows. Alright, so yeah, Dat's having no trouble with bomb chews.
Yeah, some nice shield drops. You have the ambiance of love in the air.
Alright, and Bucky is going back for the gold dust here. So he's going to be ready for Smithy Day 2. He's going to retrieve his Deku mask.
Yeah. And I didn't see the rest of it, but I'm assuming we're setting up Ladder to Cafe as well. So just getting those things. Thankfully that can route pretty well. You still have to soar, but that can route well with your Smithy checks.
It looks like the gold dust might have fallen on a weird spot in the hit check, so Bucky's got to kind of just re-pick it up here. Oh, that's also just covering mini games now too, so yeah, that's going to be spending a little time catching up here.
Now the nice thing about Snowhead is you do have, pots and crates in there as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking Snowhead too. Like, there really is no other good place to go, because we've now already full cleared the west, even though like half of it was foolish.
Now this would be a very clever way to get all dungeon Seedbot, is to now they proved that they can do it with a couple remains in the dungeons, but now they're just doing a victory lap and showing you you can have all the dungeons in the overworld, and we're still dipping them.
Yeah, that chat brings up a great point. Like, we had all 4 remains at the 1 hour mark, before the 1 hour mark, and it's now 45 minutes later, and we're still hunting for what we need for Oath, and we still don't even know, like, 100% where it is. Yeah, I think as far as, like, major items, Fire Arrows is, like, the worst one to find. Like, and as far as song items, I think Mirror is the next worst. But Mirror we found early.
Yeah, that was a pretty early Mirror. Alright, picking up our Keaton mask on day 1 Smithy and Bucky side.
And I don't think we've actually seen Keaton quiz. Yeah, that's going to check it right now.
There we are. And this could be... Yeah, there's a treasure chest game. Just to see that it's wooden again.
Ah, good grief.
Yeah, if you find Fire Arrows and Snowhead, like, we already have the remain, so I guess we don't need to go and beat up Goat. Alright, how well do we know our Majora lore?
Well, once again, we've got meetups here with simultaneous Keaton quiz.
Well, look at that. Oh, and some similar questions. We had the Tinkle question on both sides. Oh, all for just Red Rupee.
Oh yeah, we never seen Deku Playground either, so we're gonna see that. And I think, it's day 1, but that I don't think is concerned by it.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen that reward yet. We'll fast forward time. Bucky so that they can see the couple's mask. But yeah, this Deku Playground will be a new territory. Yeah, and a standard seed where remains aren't, just on a hit spot or in a grotto. You think, well, I should just go to a dungeon if it's not foolish, because I need to do it anyway. But in this case, you're it could just be overworld. It could be all overworld, and that's where your Fire Arrows are.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the more peculiar. I mean, this is also, I think this is the first time I've called a boss remain shuffle since before the tournament started. See, I did say once we see remain shuffle, all bets are off.
Ah, just another bomb bag on our Deku playground.
It's nice, but it's not what we're looking for.
And we get our first peek at Letter to Cappy. Roll through the wall, and suddenly you're standing before him. A nice tattle convenience. Oh, and we get to see sound check as well.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, Red Rupee on day 2 laundry pool.
Oh, this is a good tune for the bar, too.
Oh yeah, lots of fun music, and the sounds are pretty nice. I do like kind of the vocal bass on that side.
Ego's guitar.
Ah, that's what it is. A froggy trumpet.
So we've got the Frog Choir trumpet. We've got Romani singing on the ocarina. Ego's doing the Ego's on guitar. And Baby Goron on drums.
Oh, they make a pretty good choir.
Indeed.
And
And
there's
of course-
Egos holding out those long notes. That's nice.
All right, so check 2, blue rupee. Check 3, blue rupee.
Wow.
Boring.
You know, and I think this cycle, wow, Curiosity Shop Man got Sakin's business. So, and another blue rupee. Oh, what is that?
Honestly, though, I'm also not too surprised by this, because again, we know what we need is somewhere in Icona, so unless we get stuff that points us there, it's probably bait. But yeah, I mean, we're pretty much out of bait checks, so yeah, Snowhead is definitely the place to be now. I think that's just stocking up on, or buffering up the Scarecrow.
Yeah, just in case Path to Snowhead had something on the ledge. Yeah, so I guess with the cycle burn, did we know where Letter to Kathy and All Night Mask is? I'm curious to see what the runner's approach will be for. I mean, do you consider that All Night Mask? Or are you just looking for fire arrows and banking on Oath?
I think if you're the runners, that is exactly what you're doing. Gossips is also in logic, as unlikely as that might be.
Oh, fun gossips. And that's right, we could check out our healing song, see if that gives us something from Kamaro.
I think what's happening here is our runners just want to try and avoid dipping any dungeons as all as possible, because dungeons do still take a minute or two.
Yeah, and without a dungeon reward, or a guaranteed good dungeon reward that you need to beat the seed, you know, you're not guaranteed to even need a dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, with what we know, we're pretty convinced now that Snowhead Temple's the play, but
yeah,
and it looks like
Goat
that's
in the
where that's
pocket.
going.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense to look at Kawara before you have a goat remain in your pocket.
Which is hilarious because the fast travel to Goat's dungeon is literally outside of Goat's dungeon.
Yeah, he did not go very far. I'm curious what tribe had went and took him down and brought his remains out to this grotto. I suppose the Zoras could freeze, so maybe after all that time beating the dungeon, they get out here and this might be their burial. I'm not sure. That's a bit morbid. Well, there we are. All 4 remains on both runner side.
I think that was just a rage punch there from Dat.
It's time effective too. I I like that.
But yeah, this definitely seems like the right place to be now.
Yes, in our pinned comment today is just go Snowhead, please.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's see what we find in here. If we find Captain's Hat, I'm gonna giggle a little bit.
Yeah, with how much Egos has looked like the solution with those ice arrows, with the mirror shield early, and we have all of our arrows for like a convenient, no K castle today for Egos. All that just to have a captain's hat in your required oath.
But yeah, let's see how the Snowhead plays out for now.
Yeah, so we were looking at, we had Overworld Remains, and without Song Sanity, that pushes us to, explore the rest of Termina.
When you have to improvise with light arrows.
Yeah, that's very true. So, note that down if you're trying to if you have double magic and don't have fire arrows, and you don't want to hook shot those Freezoids, you can just go ahead and take some light arrows to them. Oh, a crate here, that's right. But that one must not be shuffled, that's right. But the barrels in the other room are.
Yeah, I think that's very well versed at this point in what crates and barrels which crates and barrels are shuffled or not. Well, there's one of the small keys.
Nice to have a key.
There's another small key.
So you don't have to strategize about that key at all.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Having just a key is nice, so that you don't have to raise the pillar.
Now, wouldn't it have been hilarious if we got 777s and all 3 keys were there?
That would be fun. Now I wonder if the last key is just in a chest around here, or if it's on Goat's Remains, or maybe Goat's Remains. Maybe we do have a dungeon reward, so to speak.
To answer your question in chat, keys go with you between cycles regardless of setting.
That's right.
In Randomizer.
Yeah, don't need to check this fire arrow locked chest, because we know we're looking for fire arrows. Can't be there. I'm curious why we didn't peek that chest, but maybe that was in the block room. We did the block chest itself, but
I think must have seen it for a split second.
Yeah, they saw that one. But there's one that spawns when you push the blocks all the way.
Good question.
I guess with mystery, it opens up more checks, and yeah, maybe you're just making a gamble.
All right, we are going to see first Wizrobe.
He does get an appearance this race. And we get a nice skip with that Great Fairy Sword as well.
Well done. Wooden chest.
At least it didn't take us that long.
All right, and yeah, Dad's getting the pots here. Heart piece.
Heart. And a letter to Mama.
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, just to get there faster, we're gonna double time. Get time of day.
Yeah, because there's really nothing left you need to be on day 1 or 2 for, except maybe Ranch Song if Keg is next up on the list, but Keg's not next up on the list as far as we know.
Yeah, it's funny because, I mean, we're really just one item from a song on all accounts. Like, we just need Fire Arrow, or we just need a Keg, or we just need a Captain's Hat.
And Bucky is going to go straight for the boss Blue Warp, and given what we have seen in Woodfall Temple, this is going to save him some time.
Yeah. You know, and Picto does open up another Way of the Hero check. So that is a point. And that'd be kind of fun to have fire arrows and ice arrows right next to each other, and right next to our twin. What's it called? The Hag sisters, twin powers.
Indeed.
So I'm in favor of that seed bot. Go ahead and do that.
I mean, there's also Shrine, I guess, but that's not really blocked by any of the ice arrow kerfuffle.
Now, I'm trying to remember. There's pots in that first room. I don't think there is.
All right, so Dat is prepping for Postman's Freedom here. And we don't need to pick up Butler for anything, because we know Butler race items can't be anything since the rupees aren't shuffled. There aren't any pots in there, right?
Oh, where at?
Butler race.
Oh, there is one pot, if I recall correctly.
I mean, it's probably not important.
It's definitely not the most high density.
Because that would be a real dumb spot for a song item right now.
And then if that's a song item and not the one you need light arrows, and that hurts.
Oh, and there's also Gossip Stones, although, yeah, like, if Gossips... It is possible, as Chad points out, that the ice arrows could just be bait if Pictobox ends up being in Swamp and that's the way of the hero.
Yeah,
and that leads to, like, fire arrows or something.
Unless you need ice arrows for Arcana access logically, and so your Picto is sitting here on the Pohut.
That'd be insulting.
It really would be.
I'm actually surprised this wasn't checked earlier.
Yeah, we did have logical access. I bet about half hour more ago. Yeah, ever since we checked Hook Chest. Well, happy 2 hours, friends. Happy, being a subjective word. I think we're pretty comfortable here in the on the spectator side.
All right, Macau just gave us his heart. That probably has a tag on it that says for Lulu.
Yeah, absolutely, and I do appreciate that about Mikau, is the commitment. But of course, every musician gives their heart and soul to their craft as well.
Indeed, they do.
Maybe not Evan, but
All right, Post Sisters is Captain's hat.
Well, we'll see if that yields anything.
Well, first things first, reset.
Reset. Let's get to night 1.
That probably is it, though. There's a good chance Oath is on Captain's hat, and that's it. So great. Well, yeah. Ugh. That's a rude way for a graveyard to be another way of the hero again. Now, that's a wonky way of the hero, too, because the song itself in a non-song Sanity Seed can't be the way of the hero. Unless that song leads to something else.
Yeah.
Which, if it's Oath, then no.
Ooh, yeah, it could be ice arrows to get the Captain's hat, to get the song there, and if it's not Oath, that's definitely some spice.
If it's not, if it's Elegy, there are many questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a forced dive in there, and we do have light arrows on that side, so that's all of Stone Tower Temple that's open.
You know what, let's just check the graveyard song and figure out what happens here, because if it's Oath, we're done here. If it's anything else, what's going on?
Yeah. We'll see if it's an early 2 hours or a late 2 hours. The nice thing is, yeah, we don't have, because we have all of our remains and it's Oath, then we are just going directly there. So while that travels to the graveyard, I'll be right back.
Surely. Bucky is, I think, grabbing Hot Spring Water for Hot Spring Water Grotto. I can't imagine anything else. I think, although, did he check Hot Spring Water Grotto already? Because, yeah, if this is Oath, then technically this seed we could have gotten away without Deku. Like, despite it being on Smithy 2 and being very early in play, we could have gotten away without it. But I think we're going to heal Darmani as well, because we haven't been able to do that yet either. And we can't... Oh, yeah, we can still do that, even though the water's up. But yeah, it's night of the second day now. And Darmani is a bundle of arrows. All right, folks, we have a moment of truth here. Oh yeah, that's right, Darmani was one of the Garo hints. Yeah, so, again, if this is Oath, we're done here. If this is Oath, we're done here, and we literally didn't need, like, more than half of our stuff. Because I don't even think we needed Goron Mask if this is Oath.
There we are. Yeah, Goron could just been there for an accessory. Well, now we did need Goron for the hook. That was in sewer.
Right. That's fair. Because, yeah, you need that for Icona. So, yeah, that's the only thing, though, that Goron Mask has been good for.
Yeah, and we're missing just a source of fire, so we do need to go and grab a stick real quick. That can definitely be easy to miss when you're cycling so much. And trying to think of the weird path that the seed's trying to get you on with all of your remains, pretty close to sphere 1 to 3, 0 to 3. I realized. And actually, have we checked this chest on Dad's side? I think we have.
Yeah, this was, I think... Was that Twin Worlds? No, it was, we have seen it, yeah. Or did we? No, we didn't have bombs on our first pass.
Yeah, we saw it on Bucky's side, I'm pretty sure, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh, heart container, okay. Yeah, heart containers can be in gilded chests.
Yes.
Right, about that. I guess you only have one shot at the grave. Wait.
You could jump from day 2, but we did... Yeah, I guess the grave respawned?
Huh. That's a weird one.
Yeah, I didn't see how much we double timed. Yeah, so hopefully we pick up a stick before we head there again.
Wouldn't it have been better to just grab one from the trading post? Can you even get sticks from the trading post?
We had a stick, but yeah, the time of day, there's a lot that just happened. Huh. Yeah, trading post is an option too.
Because I know Dad's still got 100 rupees left in the bank.
And it looks like Bucky's opting to skip the block chest as well.
Alright, so Dad's trying this again. Oh, I just noticed the Tenchu pack was in Snowhead Temple as well. Nothing important really, but just something to note.
Yeah, once you have your bomb bag, those shoes can be convenient. Yeah, not too many places that you use the Mimidra's mask, and since we can't use them without a bomb bag, especially so.
Alright, now let's try this again.
Okay, so the mask tech thing.
Okay.
So that's what happened. Was the grave was not fully demolished, as you saw there. So when you pop back out, it's already closed over.
I think that's the first time I'm seeing that have been an issue, because normally every time runners just clear the whole thing in one swoop.
Yes, yeah. Or they just don't do that tech in general.
All right, so yeah, Bucky is doing the wizard fight without Great Fairy Sword, but it's not too bad anyway.
Yeah, that dip into a foolish ocean spider house was paid off pretty well with that Great Fairy Sword. And especially with we still, even though we don't have to beat the bosses, that Majora fight, it'll be nice to have a Great Fairy Sword for that as well.
Ow! Good thing we have double defense.
Yeah, that Iron Knuckle getting a cheeky hit in.
All right, moment of truth. Is this Oath or is this something else? And we're still not done.
All right, our song today is In the Graveyard. Oath. Okay, we're yeah, understandable. That understandable. I get what you're saying. That will be a go mode for Datlossit, as he is already on the third day. And because its boss remains in your overworld, you can't really route it with a dungeon finish unless you want to waste time. So you will be doing some waiting around in Clocktown.
Oh, this seed could have been first cycle. Deku Mask was useless.
It really was, yeah. Well, you need. Let's see. Where was Lullaby? Yeah, Lullaby was right on the Goron baby. And that's your access to Captain's Hat. You used to have a foolish song of healing after a hinted Pamela. Looks like we won't be seeing what that all-night mask would have given us.
I am
maybe it's fire
disappointed.
arrows.
Actually, Pulsar, if you're still around, we might need the spoiler for this after the race, because now I'm curious. We'll wait. We've only got 4 hours left to do so.
Meanwhile, we can have a staring contest with the ever-hovering moon of Termina. I wonder if he'll blink. I don't think he's expecting us to look at him upside down.
Yeah. I would say maybe we'll wait to read it until I think we should wait to read it at least until Bucky finishes it. Until Bucky finishes, but we should at least see. But we should at least have it in our pocket and ready.
I blinked. You win this round, Moon.
Yeah,
but Datlossit in 3 minutes. We'll be turning the tables on the moon here in a second.
Fun fact about the moon: it doesn't actually start moving until day 3. Otherwise, in days 1 and 2, it's static.
Oh, I thought it did get closer by each day. Oh, you mean just in the movement?
In up when you're looking up. Yeah,
a state of movement.
It's static on days 1 and 2.
Ah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I did have a recommended in my YouTube feed today that was just some lore on the potentially there was going to be a 7-day cycle.
Yeah, like there's, and one way you can see it is if you trigger. We have like a minute to talk about this, so if you trigger like the 4th day glitch, you can actually see the moon way up, like it's a speck in the sky. So that's probably where the moon was meant to be on day 1 of 7.
Yeah, because the end of your week would be where the 3 days of moon incoming would have been. And that prompts the question whether the masked salesman appears on like day 4 or something, or maybe he still says he's there and just says I'll be gone in 7 days instead of 3.
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm sure somebody's looked into that.
Yeah, I think in the dev tools there's a 0 to 7 day time span.
I guess they just didn't have enough stuff to cram into 7 days or to squeeze into 7 days and just decided to cram it all into 3.
Yeah, it could be limitations of the programming.
Could have been, because this is like one of the only games on the N64 that needed the expansion pack besides Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
Or was it? No, I think was it Perfect Dark that needed the expansion pack? Yeah, Perfect Dark needed the expansion pack.
All right. And now we have a countdown for Moon Crash, and we're all prepared for that. Ready to head up to Majora. Grab a magic refill, play your oath to order that you just got from the graveyard, and prep those GGs.
I think you could argue that the seed was trolly enough because of how easy it actually was.
Yes, like it really was. Just go ahead and head to your dungeon that you unlock from Goron. Goron is required because of Lullaby and that, well, and the, let's see, Pohut. What did Pohut have again?
Pohut had the captain's hat. That's where
That's
Captain's
right.
Hat was.
Yes, that's why the ice arrows are Wath.
Yeah. So, I don't even think there wasn't even anything important in Snowhead Temple. Was there?
Just the something. What was it? Your delivery, which we didn't know the status on Letter to Mama, but we obviously are beating the seed without it. Yeah, so Hook, Goron to Sewer to Hook to Akana to Pohut for your Captain's Hat.
In other words, you might as well actually have made just all dungeons foolish in that case, because yeah, I don't think there was anything important in Snowhead Temple. So yeah, this was a very minimalist. You don't even need light arrows. So Bucky's not going to be punished, as it turns out.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now that being said, light arrows would be nice for Post Sisters, but oh, he's heading in the right direction.
Answer my question. Yeah, that's exactly when we check out Pohut. That or the Garo hints.
Wouldn't it have been great if Post Sisters were hinted? You know?
Yeah, that would have been very nice. Imagine if it was maybe like one that was right next to Pohut or something. I don't even remember what the Akana gossip told us.
That graveyard was Wath.
Ah, wow. And then how do we get the graveyard Seedbot, huh?
It's not like we had access to that since, well, access to graveyard in general since we had an Epona start, you know?
Yeah. Just need Akana access, upper Akana access for that Pohut Captain's Hat. All right, we're in the last phase of Majora's Wrath. And Majora seems to have the stuns ready, but Dad's getting some punches in. Well timed.
Luckily, the masks aren't on screen right now, so they won't shoot.
Very useful tech there. And there it is. GG's to Datlossit. For this Mystery Weekly, we have a time of 2 hours, 17 minutes, 36 seconds. GG's to you, Datlossit.
Indeed. We'll see if he wants to join for an interview, because I certainly would love to hear his thoughts on that seed.
Likewise. And we'll be able to see Bucky's finishes as well. And yes, the seed was just go Poha forehead. There's our captain's hat on Bucky's side.
All right, so yeah, Bucky is on course to finish up now.
Love to see it. And love to see the outcome of another boss remains shuffle seed and what Seedbot will do to get us to dance around Termina.
All right, so yeah, Pulsar does have the spoiler ready. So when Naki sorry, not sorry, Naki,
I guess
you're here with the booth with me. When,
let me jump in real quick and give me 2 hours, so we should be able to get this. But yes, once Bucky finishes.
Yeah, we'll read the spoiler then, because we don't want to read it now while he's still racing. And we did confirm that Dad is joining us for an interview, but does need a moment.
Well, absolutely, yeah. The thing about the weekly is we do not have that that 15-minute delay, so definitely sitting down for 2 hours and being able to do what you need to do will be is valuable. Absolutely. All right, dipping into graveyard, grabbing a stick from the grotto. That's probably your most direct path to a stick after you've cycled, especially with bombs from the upper Kana grasses. Oh, absolutely. We've been guarding this grade. We've been guarding Oath this whole time. And welcome back, that GG's.
GG.
So, what did you think of yet another boss remains shuffle seed?
I'll be frank, that one was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So, where do I want to start? So, I feel like overall I didn't play well this year, so I kind of needed a few points, and I was like, it's remain shuffle. I like my Daredevil play, so I think probably there was a good, like, questionable decision when I went to PF during the last few hours.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I legit thought I was not gonna make it. There was just so much I had to do there with like 2.5 hours remaining. Not to mention the last ditch moment for the room key.
Yeah. I mean, in case that room key is so important, it's nice to be able to peek that and get a, moon crash moment just to make sure you, cycle at the right time.
So, what were your thoughts on? Let's kind of fast forward a little bit to that Oath hunt for a little bit. So, what were your thoughts when it came to looking for Oath, given the Ice Arrow Way of the Hero kerfuffle?
Yeah, that was a pickle because I straight up went day 3 Swamp instead of day 2, and I just basically orphaned day 2 Grotto entirely. I was just banking on it was Ice Arrows. And I was gonna go to Poe Hunt, like, no things considered, like, it's the only it was to check there, and you also knew about All Night Mask on Pamela's father, so it was an easy chance it was that. So I was about to do it, and Gara said, oh hey, it's Deku Mask on Smithy too. I'm turning around, I want that Deku Mask, that locks 2 songs, excuse me, I'm going straight for that, that's better to do over Poe Hunt. Nope. Game had to do. Nope, we're just gonna hard look to Poe Hunt, Egos, Pamela, Stone Tattoo. Oh, that's not gonna matter. Because that's what I was banking on, and that's why I instantly turn around. Like, it's better for me to probably get the density, hopefully, than just do 1 check.
And the dumb thing is, Deku Mask was literally useless this seed.
It was. You had 0 reason to get it. It was all bait.
And literally the only good thing Goron Mask was good for was Hook Shot.
Yeah, that you literally knew. You need to go on just for that. That's it. Aside from the hard required Sora, obviously. But
Yeah.
otherwise, this could have gone in so many directions this seed. Never did Hugo. That Leonard Mama, if it was that Leonard Mama, and if I was thinking, like, if it's Leonard Mama, that's probably Fire Arrows. Because I completely forfeit East Clock Count. There was also another thing, that Mask of Truth from Libras had me very, very concerned.
Us too. At first, we kind of started thinking it was just gonna be stuck in Icona somewhere, given the Ice Arrow Way of the Hero.
Oh yeah, totally. But I was thinking, like, if it's gonna be Pamela, and Ice Arrows as well, I was thinking, like, if Mirrors was probably just up here and it's locking Storms or something like that, or just locking Oath. But there's also another check that could have been it. Even for a Great Bay Temple was foolish. Fisherman. Fishing was at the back of my mind because we had Guild Remains start pretty much immediately.
Yeah, those early remains were absolutely insane. Like, Bucky got the Pat to Snowhead Goats remains way earlier, and he had all of his remains at before the 1 hour mark. He's just now about to enter the clock tower because he basically did the same thing and didn't do Pohut until much later. You both kind of met in the middle and held hands on PF, actually. And
that was a
fun.
Yeah, that was fun to see it simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bucky didn't have the same bottle count just because of the difference in routing. So they did have to go back for that.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that could have been it, and could have easily been me in the arse. That was a Lead Cafe. Lead Cafe just chilling out, like, no, I'm never gonna go back forever. That's gonna be your last location.
Absolutely, like, and you get it, the first time on day 3 in Pirate's Fortress, and and what that had was a whopping, I think, green rupee and 2 blue rupees.
Yes, it was like a red and 2 blues, but the point being, it was completely trash.
But yeah, otherwise this seed just this is like my last seed. Like, once again, rush Pohut and you just win. This 2 seasons in a row now. Pohut's been hard required.
Yeah. Do you think the Deku Mask hint takes you away from Pohut in the seed?
Honestly, no. I feel like I was playing pretty dumb overall. I just went on the banking. I just banked on, like, it's just not gonna be Pohut. Ice House is for something else in the corner. Coming Shrine, obviously. I was banking on it could have been Egos. There was some pots in there as well. There were fires locked on the left side. We never found fires. And that's why I did Egos Loom pretty late, because I just remember, oh, pots in his room. But I actually don't know if those pots are in Logic, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, those pots, Logic expected you to be able to leave Egos' room. And I didn't have fire arrows for those. Those 3 pots are inside the actual throne room, not the ones outside. But yeah, that was... honestly, I think overall it was actually pretty dumb me just to complete off Pohut on that, when I was literally right there. Like, that was really dumb me. This seed was basically a free some 90-minute seed if I still want to do that still.
Yeah, because that is the only check that that you have access to at that point with those Way of the Hero ice arrows. So that makes sense. Yeah, and of course you get a hook shot in Pirate's Fortress 2. We're making that Goron required.
Yeah.
Open the door, Majora. I brought pizza. Sorry, no, wait. I brought rock sirloins. They don't
Well,
ever say pizza in this game, do they?
Alright.
Yeah, no pizza here. Maybe if that the Letter to Mama bottle was a vanilla Chateau Romani, then maybe that could be convincing for Majora to open up early. Yeah, and of course we get a vanilla new wave bossa nova in this seed as well.
Yeah, and of course it was complete bait. Because there was still some chances required as a fisherman, but if I ever thought about fisherman, I was gonna need to do it so late.
All right, but yeah, we're just about wrapping up here. Unfortunately, Bucky did not. Good tune. But Bucky did not get GF Sword because I think it was behind the pots in Ocean Spider House.
They were. Like, we did get the hint that Ocean Spider House irons were foolish. The reason I actually still checked those, because I actually didn't know about dungeon pots yet, so I thought Ocean Spider House is the one easiest way to check dungeon pots early, as long as you have resources. So that's why I still checked it. And it's just we just fortunate it was just right there, just GFS. Otherwise, you would just stuck with Razor Sword to see. You were never getting FD.
Yeah, behind Bremen's, that's and with not even running into Bremen's, that you're not going to take the time to to go and gather up some chickens while you have a oath hunt to participate in.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, like, because we didn't need to twin mode the seed, FD actually probably be junk, so Bruins is probably junk chilling in a foolish location, or somewhere super deep.
Quickly, Bucky. Defeat Majora and escape the moon before Termina explodes. Wait. Get down, Mr. Goat Mask. Yeah, Bucky just being half safe and half sure. By the way, another thing that you had mentioned Day 2 Woods, that had the third bow upgrade. Both bow upgrades were just all the bow upgrades were just chilling in swamp, besides the tree.
Yeah, two of them. One was in the grotto. They were both in grotto. One was just in the lockdown tree. That's funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
But yeah, I was still worried about that swamp wall because I did open that. There's also the fact that Pickup Boss was still missing.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, let's see. With I guess Aroma had your first magic power.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that was not the law. Aside from Field Remains, both matches were attainable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that one in the crates could definitely be your first magic.
Yeah.
With the openers that we have in meta right now, probably not, even for Southern. But it's kind of funny to think that would be your first magic.
Here come the Beyblades.
All right, Bucky, let it rip.
Hey, you got this.
Absolutely. And there we are. GG's to Bucky 34.
GG's indeed. Alright.
GG.
So now that everybody's done, I'm gonna wait and see if Bucky wants to join us for an interview. But boy, do I have some interesting tidbits for you here. Because Pulsar did give us the spoiler log, and there's some comedy in here.
I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. I also can't wait to watch this back, just seeing like how everyone probably is freaking out. I need to crash.
Definitely a fun moment.
Like, not gonna lie, it's been probably like a couple months since I came that close to moon crashing. I usually only drag it out that much. It remains shovels like this, or it's all sanity.
All right, Bucky,
Well-
GG to you.
Hello.
Welcome to the booth.
That oath hunt was pain for me, dear lord.
It was,
Welcome to the
yeah.
club. It was painful for both of us because I actually could have gone on that captain's like 40 minutes ago, but Agaro told me Deku Mask was on Smithy too. I'm like, nope, I'm turning around. Deku locks 2 songs. I'm not doing Poe Hut. And I'm gonna hope it's Ego's Pamela or it's something in Stone Tower Timber. Nope. Absolutely not.
See, I went
Well-
up there like with 50 minutes left in a cycle, so I didn't even get the Garo hints, and then I never went back up there to recheck them, so I ended up finding Deku just on my own because I never went back for Poe Hut.
That's right.
All right, well, let the comedy begin, folks, because I've got the spoiler here. So both grandma stories were heart pieces.
Of course.
Okay.
But you weren't getting that anyway because you needed Keg. Storms was on Romani's game. Elegy was
Of
vanilla.
course.
Yeah.
Keg was in. Well, I'll get to Keg in a second. Fire arrows were on Fisherman game.
Oh my freaking god!
Oh,
That's Yogurt! Oh my god! That's garbage!
that's so bad.
You are not getting around that. If you want those, you hard require your remains.
And you want to
Yep.
know the insult to injury? Keg was on Twin Mold.
Where were
So, yeah.
lights?
Light arrows were actually in Pirate's Fortress interior. They were in one of the pots.
Yeah, what are the
Um,
pots
Oh,
in the
there's
fish
pots.
pond?
I didn't even figure out pots.
Yeah,
Oh.
I found out because of Ocean Spy House. That's not how I knew. The lighters were next to the one usually you can use the barrel to jump with in that room, right next to the PF guard chest. I found lights in that one.
Okay. I never peeked Ocean Spider House because I thought, oh, it's like getting a hint because of hit spots. And then I swear, dungeon pots are like my Achilles heel when it comes to this. I always forget to check them.
For me, it's
Yeah.
probably the opposite. Like I haven't gone over pots in months, and they throw me off the most.
Yeah.
So apparently, one of the Garo hints also did hint Poe Hut.
Oh,
Really?
Garo Canyon Upper 1. Both
Oh.
both with and without storms say Poe Hut holds captain's hat.
Oh my god, that's
Oh my-
complete on me. I was so blinded by the ice arrow off. I was like, I'm just gonna go straight to Poha, and I checked the one gar outside it, and it completely led me away because I told you about Deku Mask. Because that
Yeah.
gar, I'm pretty sure that would have told you about Poha was right next to the owl statue. I feel like I'm idiot after that.
See, when I got the ice arrow waft, I was immediately thinking of duos. And when I went to PFI and got Garo and Hookshot, and I'm like, okay, it definitely has to be duo. So I spent that entire time thinking, okay, where are my fire arrows so I can actually go up there? Because I already had Mirror Shield.
Also,
So-
good luck trying to get FD. You would have had to go to the well left path.
Where the heck is Gipto?
Yeah, where was Gibdo?
Good question. Let me find out.
Because I'm pretty sure it actually might be Junk, but I'm not.
It's
I'm
probably
not sure.
yeah.
Because he didn't need to do it all.
It is Ocean Spider House chest.
Of course.
Okay.
Actually,
Wow.
no. Actually, that's not part. That actually isn't Junk because that's
Yeah.
not part of the Spider.
Right,
the-
right. It's
That
not
Wait,
was
the
that's not
same.
part of Spider Hat? Oh, okay. I
But
need
Yeah,
that's
Ocean-
behind Captain's hat. That's
Ocean
behind
Spider-
Captain's.
Yeah, so you're not getting that because captains, you just go straight to your
Yeah,
song.
unless you missed the remains up on Path of Snowhead and you were looking for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what could happen because I had no interest in part of the Snowhead until I decided to skip Snowhead Temple, And the two pots in Snowhead, speaking of, were Lair and the Mama. And I was setting it up when I found Captains. Like, no, bye Lair and the Mama. If that's Faros, I'm never going back for it.
But yeah, no, there was some nice comedy. Pictobox was apparently in Stone Tower Temple as well.
Of course.
So you were never doing seahorses then?
Nope. Yeah, there was a lot of things you weren't doing this seed.
Yeah.
But yeah, Deku Mask and Goron Mask, with the exception of picking up Hookshot, completely useless today. Same with Lights and Fire.
Wait, I think you wouldn't need Goron for the Path to Snowhead, right?
Well, you would need it for getting Hookshot.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it was in sewers.
Yeah, you still need Goron to get the Path of Snowhead one, unless because it wasn't FD anywhere or anything like that. You need a Goron for that.
Yeah, so Deku
Yeah.
is just complete bait, which
Yeah, it
happens so
was.
rarely.
We
Yeah,
do have
and
a
I-
question. Sorry, I mean to interrupt
Go
you,
on
Dak.
ahead, go on ahead. No, it's just fine.
Chat's just asking what was on Mask of Truth, and it was a small magic jar.
Yeah.
So beavers would have led to small magic.
Wow.
Because Beavers was on the back of my head. If Pohut was nothing, I was probably resetting and going straight to Beavers to get Mask of Truth.
Yeah, that makes sense because of the hints, and that would have been such a shame to not pay off. Shoot.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
What-
hard
what a
required land
mess.
title deed. And with those ice arrows too, this is one of the situations where in a mystery seed, FD is just out of the question, and you already have ice arrows, so even if you did find Bremen in a location that you could get to, you're not you're not marching around for chickens this seed.
Yeah, and plus the fact, like, because there was no Sword Fairy shuffle, FD anywhere had to be off by default, so you logically need those ice arrows no matter what. They were technically skippable, but you would definitely not get a Swamp Wolf. That didn't help as well. I got the Swamp Wolf hint very late.
Yeah, I got pretty early. I got the graveyard hint late, and I'm like, thanks, I already went there and got stuff.
Same for me. I
Not
didn't
knowing
get-
Oath was gonna be also be there.
The
Yeah.
funny thing is, I don't even think Oath was what that Woth was flagging towards, because
I don't
songs
think so
can't
either.
be the end chain either. So, with ice arrows available as early as they were, I guess it was just pointing to Twin Mold's remains, because you could have
Yeah, it
gotten those
was.
anytime after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Twin Mode. Remains came you off. Yeah, it was just them.
That's
Yeah.
actually pretty hilarious that like 3 of the Watts pointed to remains. East Clocktown pointed to Georg's
Georg
remains. Graveyard pointed to Twin Molds, and
Ranch led Ottawa and Goron.
mhm. Yeah.
Same hit spot. But I swear, whenever it's Remains Shuffle, I always get George in the hit spots in East Clocktown. I don't know what it is about that spot and George.
I think
it's,
I've
like,
seen that
always
once
there.
or twice too. I don't
I've
think
seen
you're
that
the
a lot
first
as
one.
well.
It's likes those targets.
Yeah, whenever I see these Clocktown and hit spots, I feel like it's usually Goron there.
It's another common one.
Yeah, there was plenty of comedy this seed. Shoutouts to the 2 Snowhead small keys right next to each other in the map room.
Yep.
Yeah, that was funny. Last one was just probably on Go or something. Had to be.
Yeah,
It's
you didn't even have to dip dungeons at all this seed either.
Nope.
Not
And
at
it did,
all.
which would have been nice if you did, because it was big keysy anyway.
Yeah,
Not
no,
to
I
mention-
peeked that and I'm like, oh, well, I gotta go back down and check that.
Yeah, not to
And
mention it
Woodfall.
was crates and barrels and dungeon pots, so Snowhead has a few extra checks, and there was also 2 extra checks in Stone Tower Temple because of crates, because Stone Tower Temple doesn't have any shovel pots at all.
Yeah, Pirates Fortress, it basically got boosted up to all sanity levels with the checks we had enabled today.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
pretty much was. It's on top of the fact that was funny too. That Moonsteer South Clocktown that led to the heart recovery. That just straight up told you that PF hearts were shuffled. Those 3 checks.
Yep,
in the interior.
yep, I saw that. I'm
That
like,
was funny.
okay, even more loaded in there. Because at that point, I think I figured out crates as well. So it's like, yeah, no, I gotta make sure I go over there, even if I can't do eggs yet.
Yeah,
it's just
because
loaded.
I assume you reset before going to eggs, right?
I ended up doing egg. I got like all 4 remains on first cycle, so I ended up dragging out first cycle to like an hour 15.
Yeah, I
Trying to
dragged out
fish
as
for
well.
Oath just to make it a 1-cycle seed, and then dragged out second cycle, and at the end got Pohut, and then reset, did captains, and then sat around Clock Tower.
Yeah, because I went to OPF and stuff. Literally just as 3 hours of me, and I barely just got it done. I was running to the hook shot and everything, and I had more than 4 balls as well. I had 5 coming from Pinnacle Rock first.
I
And
also
I got done with eggs literally half an hour left before we crashing, and then I went back to Cape before the one chest down knew was big, was the wallet. And I got to Rune Key check literally with 3 real-time seconds left before moon crashing.
2:23, I think, was your final time.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think
got
I think the closest I was like I was still 15 minutes inverted, so it was, yeah. I didn't push it like that.
I'm also just now realizing I don't think you could have one cycle this seed because Goron Mask was on Ranch, and I think given where Keg was, you basically couldn't have gotten there before day 3.
Yeah, it was impossible because you have to get that Goron on final night, and
Mm-hmm.
Captain's Hat was on Poha, and you can't do that on day 3. So,
And,
that
and
reminds
Keg was
me.
behind, and Keg was locking, and Keg was in a bad spot too.
Yeah, you were never getting that. That reminds me, that shenanigans in Graveyard, I feel so bad. That was so dumb because I forgot a stick to do the Graveyard. I thought I had fire arrows for some reason, so I ended up leaving. But the problem was because I left, the grave respawned. Because what actually happened was, if you get the cutscene skip for the Star Trials in the grave, if that animation doesn't fully finish, the grave actually respawns after reloading the area. So if you want to keep it despawn, you actually need to let them fully finish that animation first. And I didn't do that.
Which, you thought you had sticks in the pocket, so totally reasonable that happened. And then you get down there and realize, oh, I have to go out. And then there's the grave back in its place. Yeah, that is the thing about that that technique to skip the grave cutscene, to keep in mind.
Yeah, it was bad oversight on my part.
I really like to play on both your sides, not dipping Great Bay Temple because it's foolish and you don't even need the remains at the end. And you already have Woodfall songs. I think both of you thought, okay, I'm just gonna hit Woodfall Temple because A, there could be something there, and two, I still get the song information from having a foolish Great Bay Temple.
Yeah.
See, and because of no fire arrows, I was thinking either the song there is gonna be locking Great Bay Temple, which would be locking fire arrows, or is just gonna be complete foolish and healing ended up being foolish.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we-
forgot to take that in mind as well because of Gravy Foolish. I thought healing might have been still required, but no, I was being silly. I just forgot about that Foolish for a while. So I ended up
Yeah.
skimming doing Kamaro.
I would have we were really hoping as soon as we saw the first hint, oh, Pamela's got all Knight's Mask. It's like, yep, start hoping.
Yeah, where's my stop pot in Wath or something along those lines?
No, didn't get storms, so couldn't even check it.
No.
Yeah. And again, because Keg was locking storms anyway, so.
But
All
no,
right, well,
that was an
that's-
interesting and fun seed, at least.
Yeah, it was fun in City. I
GG
love
to both
it.
of you.
Yeah, thank you for the show,
Thank you.
friends.
Yeah, thanks
GGs.
for getting this together at the last minute.
No
Yeah,
worries.
I know, Dad, you said before we started that you really did want to race this one today, and we're really glad you did.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
really
'cause-
glad you both did.
Yeah, because
Yep.
no one else turned up. And I was willing to be on comms instead if we had enough people. So yeah, I decided to step in.
Yeah, no, I was initially not planning on racing today, and then I saw it was only Dat in there. I'm like, I like having weeklies runs, so I'll just jump in and do it.
Thank you both for doing that because I enjoy watching them, which is the main reason why I signed up to Restream, just so that we get more races.
Absolutely.
We need more people running mystery. Come on. Come on. You can have pain like this.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching the MMR Weekly today. Thank you again to our commentators, Naki and Captain MD. Thank you, Warn Traveller, for tracking. And GG to both our runners, Datlossit and Bucky. It was a fantastic showcase of Remain Shuffle and what it can actually be. We do have a mystery MMR Season 1 match on Monday, but now I'm going to send you over to ZSR4, where an OOTR Season 6 race has literally just started.
Ooh, perfect timing.
Yeah, that's been going on throughout the weeks. Yep, S6 has been kicking off and it's been really hype.
It's been pretty good. See you later, everyone.